string of attacks at LRT stations has students concerned.
That makes me kind of not want to ride transit at all.
A new mall near the airport has people buzzing.
We're targeting the bargain shoppers and offering a premium experience to the shoppers.
And the Edmonton Humane Society helps animals find a home.
If something's wrong or somebody's sick, he knows, so we kind of want another one.
Hello and welcome to Second Edition News. Edmonton police have laid hundreds of charges after an investigation into a crime spree at LRT stations and recreation facilities around our city.
460 charges have been laid against 32 youths and 2 young adults in connection to the crimes.
Belvedere Station.
From swarming and robbery to kicking a woman down the stairs, the youth are accused in a string of crimes on the ETS. On Friday, NAIT students weighed in on their thoughts of the safety of public transit.
It's kind of sketchy.
I think that's absolutely wrong and disgusting.
That should never happen to anybody.
That makes me kind of not want to ride transit at all.
It's really up to everybody else to help stand up towards things like that.
Police are reminding people to be aware of their surroundings and to report any suspicious activity that they may witness.
NAIT's lobby group, ASEC, is fighting to stop the tuition freeze. The Alberta Student Executive Council is lobbying the province to unfreeze tuition and find a more predictable plan. Otherwise, they believe tuition could go up by over 15% in a single year.
The longer you freeze tuition, the question to ask is, what happens when you lift it? And usually there's a correction, which means that tuition will go up a large degree all at once, and we want to prevent that from happening.
While the freeze keeps tuition at a low cost, ASEC is hoping for a longer-term plan that can help students predict the cost of their education.
Hundreds of people lined up on Saturday hoping to get a job at Edmonton's newest outlet mall. Job seekers stood in line at the Renaissance Hotel Saturday looking for work at the new premium outlet collection Edmonton International Airport. The mall is looking for people to fill nearly 1,000 positions, from retail workers to maintenance staff. Over 60 potential employers had booths at the fair.
Basically, the concept is we're targeting the bargain shoppers and offering a premium experience to the shoppers. So it's all about creating that premium guest experience. It's about making sure that the shoppers, who still want to see, touch, feel, which you can't get online, are able to do that in a comfortable environment.
The center will feature close to 100 retailers, with brands like Nike and Designer Shoe Warehouse as anchor stores. The mall will be open this May, with 75% of stores open, with the rest opening this upcoming summer.
The Edmonton Humane Society put on an adoption event this past weekend that set a new record for the most amount of animals taken to loving homes in a single day.
More than 500 animals were taken in by the Society after the closure of a pet store in West Edmonton Mall. Second Edition's Drew Medvey has more.
Lineups were long on Friday and Saturday for the Humane Society's Clear Our Shelter adoption event, where most pets could be taken home for a reduced $25 fee. Over 500 adoptable animals, including dogs, cats, rabbits, lizards, and snakes, and more, were brought to the Humane Society back in February after reports of abandonment from a now-closed pet store.
So we have, the past 2 days, had an event called Clear Our Shelter, where we were rehoming an unusually large number of animals. We had over 500 animals, and we expected the event to take place over 2 days, but the community came together and showed us that no, they wanted these animals in homes in 1 day, and then pretty much by the end of yesterday, they were all rehomed.
Hi everybody at NAIT. I'll see you in a few more years.
Yeah.
Chris Hutskill with his daughter Sierra and son Nash were looking to find a furry friend for their other dog and say they want another loyal companion.
World of dynamic. That dog is literally like another child. He is awesome, and I mean, we all are very, very attached. Very, very, like he sleeps with one, he'll sleep with the next. He'll come up and hang out with the. If something's wrong or somebody's sick, he knows. So we kind of want another one. We want another sort of like a best friend guard dog type personality.
Overall, a very successful weekend here at the Edmonton Humane Society, with majority of the 500 animals coming through the doors adopted and now in loving homes. For those looking to adopt an animal past this weekend, come on down here to the Edmonton Humane Society or check out their website. Reporting for Second Edition News, I'm Drew Medvey.
NAIT brought in some furry friends on Tuesday to help students relax. The petting zoo was set up in the cat building, and it featured rabbits, guinea pigs, and a calf, in an attempt to help students decompress and relax as the end of the school year approaches and students begin to prepare for their exams. Contact with animals has been shown to help people in stressful situations.
But they've been doing a lot of research lately, especially around stressful situations, including academics. And what they're finding through research is that animals can induce better well-being in students. It can help reduce stress.
This petting zoo was the third of 4 that have been scheduled, with the next one happening on April 17th in the north lobby of the main campus.
Hundreds of people are sporting bald heads after one of Edmonton's marquee charity events was able to take place.
Thank you for surviving cancer.
The hair massacre was started in 2003 by the McDonald family in an effort to raise money for cancer research after their daughter survived a battle with leukemia. The event was nearly cancelled this year, but fortunately, new partners came on board and made the event possible.
We had a lot of charities come forward, but Children's Wish Foundation and Alberta Cancer Foundation really support our mandate with what we were trying to do all along. So it couldn't be a better fit with those 2 charities to join us now, and we're happy to have them.
Donations will go to the 2 new partners, the Children's Wish Foundation and the Alberta Cancer Foundation. Participants are encouraged to dye their hair pink, then shave it off. Over 15 years, the event has raised more than $12 million towards charity. I hear the Ooks curling teams made it back to the championships this weekend.
Did both the men's and women's teams make it to the medal rounds?
They sure did, fellas, but not without some adversity along the way. The NAIT Ooks women's curling team entered its 5th draw matchup at the CCAA Championships with a 3-1 record. We pick it up with the Ooks' last rock in the second end. The team's anchor, Emily Clark, was able to dial in the distance to take a point and tie the game at 1 apiece. Red Deer, however, came to play. Now in the 8th end, the Queens have the hammer and use it to their advantage, as the Queens' second is able to maneuver around the guards to steal a point, helping the Red Deer Queens take a 6-5 lead. It was a close game until the 10th and final end, when the Ooks unfortunately gave up 3 points, giving the Red Deer Queens the 10-5 victory. This was just a mere bump in the road, as the Ooks won the bronze medal today with an 8-6 victory over the MacEwan Griffins. University of Alberta Golden Bears offensive lineman Mark Cordy held a pro day for NFL and CFL scouts. Mark Cordy is a football specimen. Mark was invited to the coveted East-West Shrine game because of his play as an offensive lineman. He was the main reason why the Golden Bears led U Sports in rushing. He's opened the eyes of NFL scouts, mainly the Washington Redskins, who are intrigued by the 6'4", 294-pounder. But Cordy knows he's just at the doorsteps of the NFL.
You know, any kid, whether they grow up playing football, playing hockey, they want them to play professional sports. So being right on the doorstep knocking it's been a blast to realize that I'm that close.
If Cordy does get drafted to the NFL, he'll be the first Golden Bear drafted since Brian Fryer in 1976. Interestingly enough, by the Washington Redskins. Hockey is more than just a game, especially to those young Native players who are involved in the Alberta Native Hockey Tournament. For the past 25 years, the Alberta Native Hockey Council has been putting on a provincial championship tournament. This tournament has given the chance for young Native players to be able to play on a team, as well as learning how to grow as an individual. It also gives them a chance to meet new people and to travel to different parts of the world that they would otherwise not be able to go.
You build families, you build relationships. Just the people you meet, the people like your people that you meet from all over Alberta. Not only Alberta, all over the world, you know.
There looks to be 30 different teams of various ages and skill ranges in the tournament. Opening ceremonies will take place at Terwilliger A Arena on Thursday, April 5th, as teams are still being formed. Finally, PWA has come back to NAIT.
PWA! PWA! PWA!
Wrestling fans of all ages packed NAIT Gymnasium Saturday night as Prairie Wrestling Alliance held their 17th anniversary show. The show was filled with awesome athleticism, brutal violence, and crazy surprises. One of those surprises was NAIT's own Big Bad Boris stepping into the squared circle.
This is the first time we've been back in 2 years. We did our 50th anniversary show here 2 years ago, but we used to run here all the time. So yeah, it's great to be back here. I wish we could run here all the time, but we'll take it when we can get it.
After a night filled with action, PWA plans on returning to NAIT this June to hold Night of Champions, which is their biggest event of the year. They really booked an awesome card for PWA, and being able to witness Big Bad Boris take a few bumps was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought he could move so gracefully?
Just goes to show the wrestling ain't all fake.
And that's been your look at Second Edition News.
Thank you for joining us.
Hello and welcome to Cooking with Ernest. I'm Daphne Cherche, joined by Chef Steve. Today we will be recreating a traditional New Orleans dessert with bananas.
Yeah, so New Orleans was a major hub for importing bananas in the early 50s. So Bananas Foster naturally made its way onto the menu. And we just start with a tablespoon of butter and a tablespoon of brown sugar.
Does it have to be brown sugar?
No, it does not have to be brown sugar, but the traditional way to do the dish is brown sugar, as it holds a little bit more flavor than your white sugars. So just going to heat that up in the pan while we cut our banana. And we keep the banana in the peel to keep it fresh because of oxidization.
Does it matter how you slice the banana?
We want to keep it in big chunks because the banana will deteriorate in the pan quickly. So we'll add that to our pan. It's going to be smoking hot because the higher the pan heat, the bigger the flame, and flame's what we want. So I'll add about an ounce of rum and set that on fire. And you want to make sure that you let the flame cook out so you lose the alcohol and bring up the flavor. So we'll take a pinch of cinnamon, thank you, and a pinch of nutmeg. We'll stir that around and we're ready to plate because it's a very, very fast dessert. So traditionally served over vanilla ice cream.
Can you add extra things to it? Fruit, nuts?
Yep, you can add nuts, walnuts, almonds. You can use a different type of alcohol, any kind of spirit that is dark, like whiskey or rum.
Chocolate sauce, caramel sauce?
Yeah, chocolate sauce, strawberries, anything that goes in a banana split goes in Bananas Foster, for sure.
Do you have a favorite?
The traditional way.
The traditional way?
The traditional way of cooking is the best way.
Traditional way is the best for you?
Yeah.
No cherry on top with whipped cream?
No, maybe a little bit. No, this is it. Bananas Foster is the way to go.
All right. Is there anything like special you would use? A different kind of alcohol?
You know, Jamaican rum is my favorite. I could go with Dominican rum. That's always good.
All right. And that's all we have for today. I'm excited to try this at home. For recipes like this, go to naitnewswatch.ca and click on the Second Edition tab.